Worthy is the Lamb seated on the throne. Crown you now with many crowns. You reign victorious. High and lifted up, Jesus, Son of God, the treasure of heaven crucified. Worthy is the Lamb, worthy is the Lamb, because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Because He lives, all fear is gone. Because I know He holds the future, and life is worth the living just because He lives.
Good morning, Springs of Grace family and friends. Love you guys. Man, what a wonderful, beautiful Easter celebration we had the other day. I hope that each of you were able to make it. Obviously, I'm in my wood shop just working on a few things, and just wanted to take a break and share with you a little thought that I had coming off of Pastor Joe's sermon, and see if it resonates with you. But boy, if you weren't able to make it, the flowering of the cross was incredible. I'm sure you each would agree. It was a beautiful illustration of the Lord making all things new. And that's what I just wanted to talk about for just a second. I was recently needing to return a tool to someone who I borrowed it from. This is a nice crescent wrench, and I just thought I'd return it because I was done using it. And I thought, well, I need to go buy a new one. And so I was heading out to Lowe's to buy a new one, and then I remembered, I think there was an old wrench that I had of my grandpa's. He was a railroad worker for the Pennsylvania Railroad years and years and years ago. And you know what I found? I found this. This is a railroad wrench, and it's 102 years old based on the date that's stamped on it. This was my grandpa's, and it is slap wore out. I've never used it once in my life. After he passed away, I was able to pick up a bucket full of his old tools and just his memorabilia. And so I got to thinking about this, and I realized, not too long ago, I needed a new little ball peen hammer. And I found this one. This was my grandpa's as well, and it's around the same age, about 100-something years old. But you can take a look at it. If you can see that, it doesn't look 100 years old. It looks beautiful, and that's because I cleaned it up. I refurbished it. It's a ball peen hammer, beautiful hickory handle to it, and just cleaned it up. And you know what I had to do to it? I had to use some really, really rough abrasive sandpaper at first to get all the grease and grime from his hands off of it. And if this little hammer had feelings, I'm telling you, it would have hurt, because I had to just dig into the wood to get all the grease off of it. And then I went to a little finer sandpaper like this and worked it a little bit more. And I'm sure if it could talk to you, it would still be saying, "Ooh, that hurts, man." But I was cleaning it up and fixing it up. Then I had to take the end of it and I had to cut. I had to take this saw right here and I had to lop off the end of it. Cut right through the end, because the end had been all chewed up. I think a dog at some point had gotten into it and just chewed it up. And then at the end, I had to take it and took this sledgehammer and had to knock the head back down onto the staff. But when I got done, I finished it out, cleaned it up, and now if you could smell this, I wish you could smell over video, but boy, just beautiful smell. I redid it with some natural oil and cleaned it all up, and now it just works perfect again. And it just made me think that if I could do that with a little ball peen hammer, and I'm as broke as I am, I could probably clean this wrench up and make it a good, useful tool again. And all of that just resonated with me as I was listening to Pastor Joe talk and preach, and the Lord worked through him about how he makes all things new, and how as we give our life and surrender our life to him, he literally does the same thing. And you can imagine, we are broken people working on, like this illustration, working on broken tools and making them useful again and making them beautiful again and making them to be able to do what they were intended to do. So you can imagine the creator of the universe grabbing a hold of you, grabbing a hold of me, and taking that sandpaper and grinding the sin off of our life and hammering the head back on, and just the beating that it feels like we go through living this life, working our way through sanctification and just becoming who God wants us to be and letting God work on our lives. And I'm so thankful for you guys, for Springs of Grace, for all that you guys do to just let the Lord work on you. And so I just want to encourage you today, let the Lord work on you and let him make a new beautiful thing as he's been doing through so many years that I've been a part of this church. I love you guys, and I cannot wait to see you again on Sunday. Love you.